Hi, everybody. It's me, Zachary O'Neill. We're here with the cast of the Inner Circle Dallas for the season 5 reunion. As you can see, we are virtual due to the pandemic. I want to make sure the cast is safe. We're staying 6 feet apart, social distancing, but we still wanted to bring you a reunion, and we are going to do so. We are down a cast member, as you can see. We announced Chelsea's departure from the show last month, but we will continue to bring y'all a reunion. Nayoka, how are you?
Hi, Zachary. I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I am great. You are looking beautiful, ma'am.
Thank you. You know how I do.
Darius, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Zachary. How about yourself?
I'm well. You ready for today?
I am looking forward to this reunion. I can't wait to get started.
All right. Devin, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, Zach.
Hey. Christina.
I'm doing blessed and highly favored.
All right, good. So this is Darius and Christina's 5th reunion. So I want to ask, when this all started, did you think that we would, for me, the 5th season is kind of like a milestone season. So do you think that we would ever get to this far in the show?
Darius, you want to comment first, or would you like me to go first?
You can go ahead and go first, Christina.
I feel like I thought this was going to go many seasons. I never felt like we were ever going to stop this. I felt like once you initiated everything and we got everything going, there was not going to be no stopping for us. So it's definitely been a journey for sure, especially with us gaining people and losing people. But I think that as long as we stay grounded with what we want to do, I think that we're going to be very successful in this. So I think we're going to have many, 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 many more seasons to come.
Thank you. As long as y'all want to hang in, keep doing it.
All right.
How about you? How do you feel about it being your 5th season?
I have actually enjoyed this season. I really enjoyed the cast that we had on for the 5th season. Everyone blended pretty well with the show. It's a little disappointing to see that Chelsea had to leave, but I mean, shit happens. But I agree with Christina as well. I feel like that the show has definitely evolved over the years, and I'm looking forward to many seasons with the show as well.
Okay. And Nayoka and Devin, y'all both have 2 seasons apiece under your belt. I'm going to start with you, Devin, because this season was kind of a comeback season for you. So with going into your new season, how did you feel about coming into season 5?
Well, as you can, tell from like the first episode, like I really didn't really care at the point because I was still, harping over the past, still hurt about everybody. So I just felt like, at the beginning, like I didn't need this. Yeah. I ain't talked to nobody for a couple of months. So I'm just like, I'm good. But, eventually I realized, the friendships that I did have last year, I really did cherish them. So it was time for me to put on my big boy pants and, do some amending. So that's what I did.
Okay. Nayoka, what about you coming into season 5?
Coming into season 5, I really was just trying to have fun. And I didn't really come into it with any expectations, but I do stay ready, so I never have to get ready.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, let's get into season 5 and answer some of these questions. We're going to have some fan questions, and in particular from Phil, who hosted our after show. I do want to ask y'all, did y'all like doing the after show?
I did. I love Phil. He's so sweet and cool, and it was good rapport that we built.
And I think it was good, and it gave everybody an opportunity for, the fans to see the actual, each cast, each member, and see how, how everybody feel about the show, one-on-one, your own perspective. So I think that was cool.
Good. Okay, well, we'll have some questions from Phil a little bit later. But let's start off. So, Christina, the season started a little rough for you. In the beginning, I want to ask, what is the status of your relationship now?
With
your boyfriend or ex or whoever he is?
Excuse me. We don't have a relationship.
You don't? Oh, okay.
No,
so,
I've got new men.
Do what?
A few of them. I have a few new men.
Okay.
Yeah.
You?
Okay, let me something else.
So how did you feel about having the girls there for you in that time?
Again, like I said, and when we were in the season, I did state that I really appreciated everything that they did for me, because they didn't have to, honestly. And with Chelsea coming, it was like we were at odds at that particular point. I thought that that really showed who she was as a person at that time. So I feel like that them being there for me really, solidified everything that I was feeling and kind of made me feel comfortable to move forward, because at first I was like, this is damning for me and my character. I feel like my character was being attacked at that point.
Yeah.
But with everything that they did for me, I just feel like it happens. Like Darius said, shit happens.
Yeah.
And so y'all got to see going on the girls for the free. You're welcome. That's it. That's all. So I hope you got your glimpse, because there's no more of that.
Now,
All right.
some of your cast members had some things to say about your actual footage being released. Obviously, we weren't going to show that on the show, but one cast member said that you leaked it yourself. The other said that you tend to have some type of drama, or always tend to have some type of drama when we start filming up the season. What do you say to that?
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
That's all I got to say today. As far as it licking myself, why would I lick myself? That's the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. What the fuck do I look like licking my own self when I could just send it to y'all and stuff? Everybody know me. If you know me, you know I don't give a fuck about being naked. I like to be naked. And so if you really fuck with me, you're going to see me half-ass naked, if not all the way completely naked, any motherfucking way. So what would be the purpose of me leaking that? Like, what benefit would I have from leaking that for free? When they got everything up right now with your OnlyFans. I could have put that on my OnlyFans, bitch, and collected a check.
All right.
That would have made more sense to me, because I'm about a coin.
Well,
But that didn't make sense to me because it wasn't about a coin.
Well, Darius, while you're agreeing with her, you're actually the one who said that she tends to.
Oh, messy.
Oh, messy.
I'm sorry, Zachary, run that by me one more time. What was your
You're
statement?
actually the one who said that she tends to have some type of drama every time we start filming the season.
The reason why I stated that was because Christina, she loves to be the center of attention.
I am the center of attention. It's not that I love to be the center of attention. I am the center of attention.
And there it is. I mean, she just stated it. And
But doesn't it have anything to do with being drama filled? Because for the most part, if we're talking about drama, then that would include you. Because you're usually the one involved with drama, even when I am not.
His statement that he wanted me to justify. So if you can let me finish, please.
We'll tell the truth. And we won't have
Okay,
to
I am.
debate.
You already told your truth, so thank you. So
Yeah, tell your truth, the truth.
So I'm telling my truth. So if you would allow me to speak, please. Thank you very much. So basically, like she just stated, she said that she is the center of attention. So I personally believe that when she's not, then that's when she starts to get in her bitch mode and she starts trying to do things to kind of manipulate the situations. And, it just
Can we have an
creates a
example?
shift. I'm sorry?
Can we have an example of when
I have
I've
a question. So
when I've lied and manipulated a situation to make me be the center?
So this is my question. So do you feel like, because the way it came off when you said it was that
I'm a liar.
or that she saves her personal issues for when we start filming to be on the show, to be the center of attention. That's how it came off to me when I watched it.
I mean, this is me knowing my friend, and this is what you guys see as her portraying herself on film. So, I mean, I said what I said, and I mean, it was just.
But it was wrong.
So, I'm sorry.
It was wrong.
It was wrong.
Yeah, it was definitely wrong.
And all the things that you said about me in the past
Okay,
was accurate.
We just started, so we'll get there later on.
It was accurate.
Derry, let's talk about you for a minute. You were very heavily friends with Chelsea during the season. So now that Chelsea is not going to be in the group, what do you feel like is going to happen with everyone else?
Honestly, at this point, with Chelsea not being a part of this cast, I don't think anything's going to change, really, because I personally believe that if you're not strong enough to be
No.
able to,
I mean your relationships with everyone else, because
my
you were
relationship
mainly
with the
friends
rest of
with
the
Chelsea. So
castmates.
yes, what is going to happen with your relationship now that Chelsea's not here?
Now you gonna have to lean on us.
I honestly don't have to lean on a motherfucking no person whatsoever. I'm an adult, just like we're
You was
all
leaning on
adults.
Chelsea.
I don't have to wait on anybody, sweetheart, but I'm an adult and I can handle my issues as an adult. Now, I appreciate all of the support that you had with me, Christina, in the last couple of months when I was going through things. I appreciate you having my back.
That's what real friends do.
And I appreciate that. I respect that about you. But I mean, our relationship, I still think that where we're at right now, I think that we're fine. I mean, it's going to take a process before we get to where we used to be.
Nyoka, what do you think is going to happen with Darius's relationships in the group now that Chelsea is in here?
I feel like Christina said, he gonna try to make his way back in because he just like that type of person. Whoever wanna gravitate towards him, that's who he gonna gravitate towards. Whoever wanna feed into his bullshit, that's who he gonna gravitate towards. And that's what Chelsea was doing. She's an enabler, so of course he's gonna try to rock with her. But she gone now. What she gonna do?
Okay. So
I keep it moving.
Let's talk about. I know you broke up with your boyfriend during the season. What is the status of your kind of like dating life?
I mean, I went through that breakup and that was rough for me. But
non-existent.
You know what? You don't even know what the fuck is going on, sweetheart, right now. So I wish you would just kind of like let me speak.
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
Answer the question.
Okay, so right now, currently, I am working on myself. Thank you, Devin. I'm working on myself, and I'm not dating anyone currently at the moment, but we'll see. You don't know.
Non-existent.
So, Christina,
non-essential.
Almost everyone got to meet Darius's boyfriend. Do you feel any type of way when Darius said that you were not going to meet his boyfriend, you weren't worthy to meet his boyfriend?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, so Darius let Chelsea and Nyoka meet his boyfriend, but he said you were not worthy to meet him at the time. Did that make you feel any type of way?
Yeah, I think that made me feel a certain type of way. I think that would make anybody feel a certain type of way, even if y'all are not friends anymore, especially when you have a history like me and him do. Yeah. And that means continuous. Like we're still friends. So for me, we fall out all the time about things, and it's never a complete fallout. It's more like a separation to gather ourselves or whatever the case may be, but we're never out for long. So for him to say that someone or some folks, and nothing to be offensive towards my friend or Nyoka, but at the same time, it's like they haven't known you as long as me. They haven't been friends to you like I've been a friend to you. So how can you say I'm not worthy and they are? So that I think that would be offensive to anyone that has kind of spewed their selves into a relationship. And I say relationship because I feel like every relationship that you have with anyone is a relationship. So that's like my man. I mean, I tell him when I tell my man half the time. So it's like, why would you tell me that I'm not worthy to meet someone that you are now broken up with?
Okay. Well, Nyoka, your relationship with Chelsea, kind of from the beginning of the season, was not what it was in season 4. What changed from season 4 to going into season 5 with your relationship with her?
I think people just showing their true colors change. You only see one side of a person depending on how you deal with them. Mm-hmm. So as a friendship or relationship progresses, you see who they really are. When people show you their true colors, I'm gonna believe them the first time. Mm-hmm. So in my opinion, that's what changed. To show her true colors, and I'm gonna show you I'm not to be fucked with. Period.
Why? I know what Chelsea said at the reunion about outfits and things kind of had a big impact on this season with y'all's relationship. Why did that impact you so much?
It wasn't necessarily what she said, because normal people repeat clothes. Like, bitch, I ain't Bill Gates, like the fuck. But it's the sneaky way she went about it, and it's how she said it. It's never about what's said, it's about how you say it, when you say it.
Right.
It shows definitely your agenda behind that hoe. Exactly, it's your agenda behind that hoe. So sis got a whole agenda, and we supposed to be cool. That's weird to me.
But she do repeat clothes. That was the problem.
Come on. And then she said she don't repeat clothes. Like, sis is delusional. I can't deal with that type of shit. She crazy.
Okay. Christina. Well, let me start with Devin, actually. Devin, you know, the beginning of the season did not go well for you. What was your, because typically when someone is fired from the show, they are gone and fired. So what, for you, what was that experience like? And you can be honest, because I know it's me, but you can,
Right.
you know.
No, and at the time, you know, at the time I was in the heat of the moment. So like when it happened, I'm just like, okay, shit, okay, I wasn't talking to y'all in the first place. So like you fired me, I wasn't really giving a fuck. But then when I like went home and realized like, damn bitch, you already not they friends, and then you then got fired on the same day coming back. So it was just like maybe I did need to sit my ass down and reevaluate myself real quickly.
Yeah. All right, and y'all, and no one else had an idea that actually happened. So what was y'all's reactions to that when y'all saw it on the show?
I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised, Christina? Why not? Why weren't you surprised, Christina?
I think that I think he was getting a little bit heady when it came to certain situations. So I felt like he was, you know, intentionally doing things to initiate issues with people on the cast. So I felt like that was the inevitable when that happened. But I think that when he corrected everything and he came back, I felt like that was a genuine him. And now everybody's getting to see the genuine side of him. Like I said before, I feel like he's our caterpillar because he is going to be the one that flourish, but he has to be the one that realized that too. So it had to be him to learn, and he had to go through this learning experience. It had to be him getting fired. It had to be him falling out with everybody for him to be the butterfly.
So speaking of that, Devin, did you feel like everyone had this like pact or agreement coming into season 5 to not talk to you?
I mean, I wouldn't really say it was a pact, but I'm just saying I'm pretty sure like after the whole, you know, debacle happened last year, like y'all was still in touch. You know, everybody still kept in touch. So I'm pretty sure y'all was, you know, just, you know, probably have talked about me before telling, you know, because everybody was still upset with me. So I don't knock nobody from not talking to me, but, you know, at the same time, it would have been a little comfort, you know, just speak to everybody.
Darius, was that the case?
I mean, when Devin got fired, I really didn't give a fuck when he did get fired because at the moment, after my dinner party from last season, like I kind of felt like he didn't reach out to want to apologize to me for his behavior. We didn't have any type of connection from that to now. So, I mean, I was like, hey, if he gets fired, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. So that's
but my thing is, what was I apologizing to you for?
You were actually
since I started on the show, you had it out for me.
Disrespecting my home. You don't think that deserved an apology? Now, if I went over at your house and that you invited me to, and I started acting like an ass to you and your home, would you have kicked me out too?
No, because I would have just beat your ass like I was gonna do at your house.
And you wasn't gonna beat my ass, trust me. Okay. You was over there acting like you was a damn child, acting like you had a tantrum and shit. So let's be clear.
We're gonna get to that later. We're gonna get to a little.
Ladies, you're both pretty.
Well, I know I'm fine. That's the pastor.
Thank you.
Christian people supposed to be happy all the time.
Kevin, you had mentioned that you felt like Christina kind of left you out to dry. Christina, do you feel like you did that to Devin?
No. Why would I feel like that? When I'm the one that brought him aboard and introduced him to everybody, and I tried to make him feel at home. I even defended him against certain people. And I was the one that was betrayed. Like, how do you come and you lie to your own friend and you put me in something, and then you just act like clueless. So no, I don't think I left him out in the dry. I think he dug his own grave. And he got upset when the dirt started getting on him. So, like I said, I think he had to go through that part, but at the same time, no. How am I the one that betrayed you?
So do you want to respond to how you felt like that, Devin? Why you felt she left you out the door?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you just stop talking to me just because, you know, I did lie or whatever. But my thing is this, you quote unquote said if I would have told you.
No, we're not just going to skip past that like you didn't. Like you didn't do it though.
Okay, but my thing is this, Christina. If I would have told, just like you said in the season, if I would have told you it was a lie, you would have ran with it. So what was the difference of you finding out that it was a lie and you being my best friend? You should have still ran with it. That's where
Because
I felt
friend,
like
you made me look like a fool. And you didn't care that you made me look like a fool.
Well,
You was all right with it. You made me look like a motherfucking fool. Because then people met up with me in person. They put us in a room in person to make me look stupid. Because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then people saying, this supposed to be your friend. It is supposed to be my friend. Well, you right. And you didn't tell me nothing.
But do you get how he said, how he feels? Like you said, if you would have told him about lying, you would have ran with it. What do you say?
I would have, because that's what friends do. But friends also tell friends that they're lying. If you're gonna lie, you tell me you lying. So I'm not looking like an idiot, so I can be on my toes. You know, I like to be on my feet. I don't like to be caught up in no whirlwind. If we're gonna be in a whirlwind, bitch, let me know I'm in a whirlwind so I can be prepared. I can be armed and ready. But you didn't do that.
So do you think, Christina, the bond that you built with Chelsea during the season, do you think that's going to continue now that she's not a part of the show?
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't think so, Devin? You don't think so, Devin?
I feel like it's gonna continue because it has continued. So
Why do you not continue, Devin? Devin, why do you feel like it's not continue? Why do you feel like?
Because I just feel like, no lie, Chelsea was a nice person, but she was doing too much, and it was like do the I'm uppity bougie in front of everybody. Like I feel like you shouldn't do that if we all friends and we know each other. There's no need to put up a facade or anything.
So you feel like she wasn't genuine?
No, not this season. I feel like this season it was more like she had a vendetta to get everybody to ruffle everybody's feathers. Because even at the tea, I just felt like the honest tea thing was just something to be messy.
Nayoka, do you feel that way, Nayoka?
I do.
So you said, Christina, that Chelsea just wanted to be mad at Nayoka when you tried to get her to understand to talk about her. Why do you feel like she just wanted to be mad at her?
Because there was no real reason or valid. There's nothing there was not a significant reason to be mad at her. Like, we laugh, we joke, we say shit, we throw shade all the time. So the little shade that she was throwing wasn't nothing to me. It was like, it was what we normally do. So for you to actually get upset about it, it was like she was looking for something to be mad about. And then once she found something that she felt like was a valid enough reason to kind of fall out with her, she did it.
Okay.
So, it's not my first time seeing it. I'm 33 years old. I see people do it all the time. Just to find a reason to not be friends with somebody. But I don't feel like you had to do all that if you didn't fuck with her. Nayoka is the type of person that'll be just like, okay, you don't want to fuck with me? Okay, we don't fuck with each other.
Okay, thank you.
Just let me know.
I mean, we grown at this point. Like, we real grown. Like, we're not children anymore. It's not you push me over in the sandbox and we friends. You gonna have to fight me every time you see me since you push me over in the sand. We that grown. So I feel like you just could have had a conversation. You could have had a conversation and said that you didn't like the things that you didn't like and vice versa. I mean, but I don't feel like what Nayoka was upset about was nothing to, she said what she said and that just was what it was, but she never acted differently towards you. She never mistreated you. She never acted different towards you, even though she felt like you felt different towards us. So I felt like what the type of respect and love that Nayoka was trying to show her, it wasn't reciprocated.
Okay. Well, let's move on from that. Darius, let's talk about you and Nayoka. Where do you feel like you went wrong with your relationship with Nayoka?
Honestly, I will say that the comment that I made about comparing her to Chelsea, perhaps I took it out of, pretense. Okay, so I will admit to that. But I will say that I did try to reach out to Nayoka on several occasions and try to have a conversation to apologize and to be able to work, our issues out. And I don't know why Naoka just completely just shunned me out because of that one comment. Like, I've always, just praised Naoka, and I've always thought of Naoka to be a beautiful woman who is a badass bitch. She's a boss, just like Christina is. And there's nothing wrong with Naoka. It was just that the relationship that I had with Chelsea, like Devin was saying, that Chelsea is really bougie. And that's what I was trying to explain to Naoka. But perhaps that comment, I wasn't trying to attack her, but that comment definitely, it hurt her in a bad way.
Well, Darius, on top of that, you also called Chelsea a pageant queen and Naoka a trap queen.
The only reason why I did that was because of the fact that Naoka went and started talking shit about me. My thing is, I'm not going to make the first blow unless you start that shit first. Like,
Pageant queen, though, that was a reach.
But I personally felt like because the way that Naoka took everything, I just didn't think that Naoka.
Well, friend, you did literally say.
Immature.
But no, that wasn't immature. You got to think about what you said in the context that you said it in. You literally stated that we are not on her level. Look at me.
I did try
look
to apologize.
Look at me.
I did try to apologize about
you,
it, though.
But you meant what you said.
What?
I said you meant what you said. I mean, and then when you apologize, Darius, like when you apologize, you don't be sincere with it. You be having attitudes, or you be talking to people real harsh. Anybody gonna accept that? If I was Naoka, I wouldn't accept this shit either when we was in the hotel. The shit was dry, and the only reason why you apologize is because your homegirl Chelsea.
I'm not about to apologize to your ass
because that's when you was all up
because
their ass.
At the end of the day, you ain't
But
going
he's not speaking about him. We're speaking about Naoka.
Well, I want to hear about Naoka. I want to hear what Naoka had to say about what Darius just said.
I feel like he was like, well, Naoka don't want to accept my apology, this, that, and the fifth. But if you go back and look at when he keying it up with Chelsea, how you gonna come apologize to me that keying it up with? You think I'm Boo-Boo the fucking fool? Bitch, I was on at night, not last night. You keying it up with her.
Still friends. We didn't have a fallout.
Okay, so but how you gonna keep trying to come apologize to someone if you're keying it up? You combating the whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
But I was not talking about you. I was not talking about you, sweetheart. So I'm not understanding.
What you don't understand is that it negates everything that you're saying. When you state that you don't have an issue with her, you're apologizing to her, trying to make her feel better, but I think you're just doing that for the moment, and then you go laugh with the person that has an issue. And you have an issue. So now I'm gonna think you're talking about me.
Well, let me ask this. Does anyone feel like that maybe Darius either intentionally or unintentionally pits the women against each other?
Sometimes. Yeah, he do that.
Sometimes.
What the fuck? Why would I do that kind of shit? I don't.
Because you like to one, you like to play victim. That's one. For two, you like to befriend one specific person, and then when you befriend that one specific person, you intense or you initiate an issue.
Instigate.
Yeah, you definitely instigate. Like if someone has a small issue, you make that issue a big issue for everybody.
Do you feel like you do that, Darius?
No, I really do not. But I mean, they're entitled to their opinion of what they think of me. That's
everybody
fine,
can
right?
feel that way.
I'm not saying that their opinion about me is wrong or anything of that nature. But I mean, if that's the way they feel about it, then that's okay.
Does everyone feel like Darius does that?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He know he an instigator. Like
I know that the first season.
Own up to your shit. Own up to your shit. Good or bad.
Ain't that what I always say?
It's only you ain't wrong.
It's okay.
I do own up to my shit.
But you don't, friend. That's what you don't.
To you, Naoka. I was owning up to my shit. But you didn't receive my apology.
That wasn't owning up to it.
You was not sincere with that apology, Darius.
Okay, why are you even in this conversation? Because this was between me and Naoka.
But
because I can talk.
The sincerity is not there.
I can talk and I'm wrong. And I have something to say, like you said, it's my opinion. And that apology was trash. You was only doing it because everybody was right there and you felt pressure.
You know
that
what, bitch, you motherfucking trash. So I need you to shut your motherfucking mouth up and mind your goddamn business.
See, every single look, Darius,
I'm not addressing you, Devin.
Darius. every time that you hear something that you do not like, you want to be combative with us. It's not the fact you don't have to start talking about people and being rude to people, being disrespectful to people just because you don't like their opinion. There are plenty of opinions that we've heard during this call that I'm sure some people don't like, but nobody has cussed nobody out. Nobody's got mad. We're not trying to be combative. It's an understanding, and that's it. And if you do not agree with us, that's perfectly fine. But everybody is not going to say the same thing about you if something, some part is not true.
Let's move on. Nyoka, I want to know, what is the difference between Chelsea, because everyone throws shade at each other, you know,
Yes.
during the show. So what is the difference between her doing it with everyone versus doing it directly with you?
You know what? I feel like she had an agenda behind it. The difference is the agenda. You know what I'm saying? We all throw shade to Kiki. It's funny shade, but we not sitting here pondering. Bitch can't even sleep at night. She couldn't wait for that fucking reunion to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitches got insomnia. It's a whole agenda you got behind this. For what? For what? You got my phone number.
Yeah.
So that was a difference right there, the agenda.
Mm-hmm. So does anyone, considering Chelsea isn't on the reunion, and Darius and Chelsea, I'm assuming, are still friends, does anyone feel like that Darius is going to go tell her what was said at the reunion?
I hope he do. I want him to.
No, the question should have been, friend, is does anyone care? Because we don't give a fuck.
Quite honestly, I haven't actually been in communication with Chelsea since she's dropped out of the series. So honestly, if she hasn't been reaching out to me, why do I have to reach out to her? So
That's funny that they asked you.
That was your friend. That was just your friend.
That's your friend.
That was just your friend like a month ago.
Acquaintances. That's how.
That's funny that they asked you that, Darius, and they didn't
was
ask
just
me
a month
that.
ago.
They didn't ask me, and I'm still friends with her. I talked to her last week.
So why are you saying that y'all are just acquaintances now? Because during the season, y'all were, you know.
We were
Freaking
yes, we
friends.
were. But my whole thing of it, any type of friendship that I have with a
Clout.
person, if
Clout,
I'm
yes.
actually being your friend and you shut me out, and I've made multiple attempts of trying to reach out to you and try to see if you are okay and try to help you in some kind of way, and you shut me out, then I shut myself out. So guess what? If you
But
don't
you know
want my
what?
friendship, then you can keep on.
That
doing
don't
what
mean
you're
she don't
doing,
want the
and I'm
friend.
gonna
That
do
didn't
what I
mean they
do.
want the friendship. They just going through something. And as a friend, you should understand that.
Listen,
No,
Listen.
sis had an agenda. She befriended him for a reason. She knew
Yeah.
what was up. That's why I'm talking about the agenda. Because now she ain't fucking with you. Why?
Because it was Cap.
It was all cap with a capital C, my nigga. Bye.
it is what it is. But at this point, in this moment in my life, me and Chelsea no longer associate with each other.
So do you feel whatever? Do you kind of feel some type of way because you were riding hard for her the entire season?
I really was, and I really liked the energy that she brought to the show.
You looking
I
stupid.
I enjoyed, the friendship that we
In the
did
back.
establish on
You looking
film.
stupid.
I enjoyed it, but it's a little disappointing. But I mean, I accepted that. Hey, I mean, whatever she's going through it alone, with or
That's
without
tough.
me. So at this point in my life, if she's fine with that, then I'm fine with that. So I'm moving forward, like she's moved forward.
Well, Darius,